Welcome to our next episode on the Workplace Podcast with Nelson Dominic. We'll continue our leadership series, and on today's conversation, we're talking about decision making as a leader. I made an attempt to discuss this or introduce this in our last episode. One thing that is really essential and important for anyone who is a leader, aspiring to be a leader, or even a seasoned leader at the moment, is that ability to be able to make tangible decisions. Now, whatever decision you make as a leader can either make or mar the organization. It can impact your bottom line, can impact organizational culture, can impact perception on how you are perceived. And so it is important as a leader, you develop the right skills, the right mindset towards decision making. One thing is, I am smart. I meet my KPIs. I've been able to do X, Y, Z in my past role or my past career. Does not equate that you're a good decision maker. There are some basic steps that you must know and understand as a leader to be able to take decisions so you can lead the organization, so you can lead your team to the desired destination. I'll give you a few pointers on how you as a leader can develop and grow your decision-making skills. Number one is gathering information. As basic as that may sound to you, successful leaders begin by gathering information as much relevant information as possible. Now, this may involve consulting experts. So you need to make a decision, for instance, who is the expert in that field? How have they done it? What has worked for them? Conducting research, some simple Google search, for instance, some things to check, some research to do, to know what to do. Seeking input from your team members and advisors, right? Even if you probably think you know what to do most times, but when you conduct your research, when you gather this information that you need to gather, talk to some expert to your team members, it brings more perspective to the idea you have in your head and can help you better in making the right decision. Right now, you could use very different sources, to gather your information, internal, external. Just ensure, right, that whatever sources you're trying to use have a comprehensive understanding of the situation of the problem they are looking to solve. Number two is defining the problem or the opportunity. Now, this is where I say, what is your why? What exactly are you looking to solve? Why do you want to solve it? Now, before making a decision, you must clearly define what the problem is, right? You must clearly diagnose what the problem is. Ensure that you're not giving paracetamol to a cancer patient, right? Understand exactly what you want to solve. What is the problem? Now, in trying to solve this, right, you want to break down those complex issues into manageable components. Again, you want to consider the potential consequences of your decision, both short-term and long-term. If I take decision now, what is the implication on the team? What's the implication on the culture? What's the implication on the bottom line? What's the implication on revenue? Those kind of thinking is what's expected of you as a manager or as a leader to say, truly, you have the right mindset towards decision making and solving problems. So defining the problem, like I said, is one thing you should look out for when trying to build your decision making skills. Another thing is you're setting your clear goal and objective. We cannot overemphasize this. Whatever you're trying to do, trying to achieve, having a clear goal, again, is what is your why, what's your destination, what are you looking to achieve, what are you looking to solve, what would success look like, when you probably make the decision to solve whatever problem you're looking to solve, right? Now, successful leaders establish specific goals and objectives for their decision. They articulate what they want to achieve and they set measurable criteria for those success, right? Now, these goals are guided by a framework of decision making. Again, another area to look at for is evaluating alternatives. What are the alternatives you have, in trying to solve that problem that you are looking to solve, right? You want to explore multiple alternatives or courses of action. Now, you brainstorm creative solutions and you consider a range of options, right? Now, each alternative is carefully assessed, right? To be sure that you look at the visibility, potential outcome, the risk, right? And alignment with whatever established goals that you have established. Another thing to also consider here is, what is your stakeholders' perspective? It's important as a leader. For instance, you are a sales manager. You want to make a decision as regards, say, reducing your action or your input, right, towards a particular revenue goal. And you already know that if I take this decision now, I probably might be making some losses or might not generate some income or some sales for the next 3 months. But in another 3 months after that, my sales might skyrocket. Now, while that may look like a very, very sweet, intelligent decision for you to take, especially because if you think that your sales might even double what your projection had been based on whatever, a factor you probably have considered, it's important that you check what is the feel of my relevant stakeholders. What does my CEO think? What does the CFO think? Who are the relevant stakeholders as long as this revenue goal is concerned? If I'm taking this decision, how do I need to carry along? So considering these guys, take account their perspective, their concern, seek their input and seek their feedback in trying to make decisions, especially when the decision you are trying to make would affect bottom line, will affect the organization. It's important that you ensure that you carry the right stakeholders along decision making. Assessing your risk and your benefit. It is very, very important. Now, leaders who conduct risk-benefit analysis for each alternative that they face would highly succeed and will see that whatever decision they make would yield high results for them. Now, making informed choices. Now, based on the information you have gathered, your analysis, your stakeholders' output, leaders can make more informed choices, right? That you can select the alternatives that best work for you after you have checked some of these factors, that we have talked about. Again, implement the decision. Take the action, work on it, right, and implement whatever decision that you have decided, to make. Now, communicate the decision clearly to all relevant parties and ensure a smooth transition, for a new course. Again, monitoring and adjustments. Monitor the outcome, monitor the effect of that decision you have taken. Also look at what learning course you need to take as I get feedback from this, and be accountable for your action. One thing for us to also consider, when talking about decision making, right? People say, there are times I need to take decision on my feet. You see some job description, they tell you, ability to decide on your feet. And all of those plenty things we like to think. I can say to you that it is very, very possible that all of these things can happen in a split second. Set your timeline, in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, 1 hour, whatever is the timeline you are given to make decision. You can sit down to have your analysis, consult to stakeholders, and everything I mentioned earlier on as fast as you can to be able to arrive at a decision. So you may not need to spend 2 days, 3 days, and you may not even spend time on what we call analysis paralysis, but because you're trying to get it right. Most times you must take decision, but it's also very important as you take decisions, you take some of these factors, under consideration. One other thing to look at which is very, very important for us, right, is taking decision, right? What are the strategies for making effective decision when you are under pressure as a leader? You're under pressure to make some decision. You're under pressure to, give a direction to the team. You're under pressure to put forth a document on the strategy for the business in the next 2-3 years, right? When you are under that pressure, what are those strategies for you as a leader to be able to make the right decision at that time? Number one, please remember to stay calm and focused. It is very, 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 very important. Stay calm and focused. 2, prioritize and set clear goals. Not every problem must be solved now. What is the immediate goal to solve? What is the immediate thing for me to do now, right? That will help me, make the right decision. When I talk about stay calm and focus, maintain composure and stay emotionally grounded. Panic and stress can cloud your judgment, right? 2, prioritize. You have 5 different things to do, 5 decisions to make, which is important at this time for you to make. Go with it, take it and get it done. Again, gather relevant information quickly. Yes, you're under pressure, but the faster you can gather information, the better it will be for you, to be able to solve whatever you need to solve. Be resourceful and use available tools and resources to access the information. Again, analyze your options, right? Generate a list of, possible course of action, like we said earlier on, right? You can also use decision-making, models as basic as pros and cons. Have an Excel sheet, an Excel table. What are the pros? What are the cons? In this decision, if I go and take decision. You also probably want to use the SWOT techniques, right? Your strengths, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threats. in whatever decision you want to take. This will help you. These are basic models that we know about that can help you when you have to take a decision under pressure. Because having to analyze these basic models will help us say, this is my pros, these are my cons, or I can live with these cons. This pros look sweet, or I can do without it. It's not a deal breaker for me. Having that breakdown would help you, in understanding and making a quick decision when you're under pressure. Involve others, right? If time allows, consult your colleagues, your mentors, subject matter experts, get their insights. Be open to constructive feedback as well. You are not an island. No matter how great you are in any field, in any area, you are not an island. Be open, to get feedback, to involve others and get constructive feedback as well. Now, trust your experience and intuition. However, ensure that your intuition is supplemented with some data-driven analysis when possible. Intuition is good. Trust your intuition. Go with your intuition. But be sure that your intuition can be backed with data. Now, develop consistency plans. Plan B, plan C to plan Z. If this plan fails, what's my next line of action? Do all of those things before you go ahead. Maintain effective communication. It is very important with your stakeholders, with your team, with everyone who's involved in the decision you're trying to make. It builds transparency, which can lead to increasing trust, with the team. Practice resilience, like I said earlier on, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Maintain a healthy lifestyle with proper nutrition, exercise, sleep, physical and mental well-being can improve your decision making when you're under pressure. I hope I've been able to, give you some insights, right, on how, to make better decisions as a leader, as a manager, that would at the end of the day lead to better organizational results. I want to read from you. I want to hear from you. What do you think? And how can we do better? And how can we improve, or how have you been able to improve, decision making? What techniques, what tools have you used over time? Share with us. Let's learn from you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode. We hope you got more value than expected. If you have any question, comment, or suggestion, please reach out to us. I'll be more than available to help you and to provide clarity. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram as The Workplace Podcast with Nelson Dominic. Also, please tune in to listen to our several episodes on all our audio streaming platforms as well as on YouTube. This is The Workplace Podcast with Nelson Dominic, navigating the workplace one episode at a time.